What is up everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video I'd like to welcome you back to Retro FSD. We're touching down in November of 2005 for some great variety throughout, and I'm excited to get into this. Let's get started. This airport update sits right between my first update I did for 2004 and the latest I did for 2006. 2005 was interesting for Sioux Falls in that America West Express serviced Sioux Falls from Phoenix. The flight inaugurated in late December of 2004, operating once daily on a Canada Air CRJ. The website simply lists CRJ on the flight board. However, a CR4 is listed for a CRJ 440, as shown by this Delta Comair flight. This is a 44-passenger variant of the CRJ 200, so chances are the service was on a CRJ 200 for America West. The service continued through the rest of 2005 and into 2006 before being dropped by early April, coinciding with the US Airways merger. Other services remain, such as Allegiant to Las Vegas and Orlando Sanford, Delta Connection Comair to Cincinnati, Northwest and Northwest Airlink to Minneapolis, and United to Chicago and Denver. Later in October of 2005, Northwest would start service to Las Vegas, possibly to compete with Allegiant Air. Around November of 2005, this service was only operating on Mondays and Fridays, compared to Allegiant's Wednesday and Saturday services. Load factors for Northwest were low starting out, but picked up in early 2006 before falling off again by the summer. This service operated into the fall of 2006, but was dropped sometime around the time frame of the October 2006 Retro FSD update. Another thing to clarify is the American Eagle service from Chicago, which was dropped sometime after the 2004 update time frame. This I did not mention in the 2006 update. Welcome to the Sioux Falls Regional Airport. Today is Saturday, November 19th, 2005. Operations will be shown throughout the day to maximize the number of aircraft shown at the airport, and to also provide a full scope as to what FSD got during this era. At Gate 1 is a Delta Comair CRJ 100. During 2005, the service was 3 times daily, meaning that during 2006, a third service was dropped, likely the overnight service as it was not mentioned in the 2006 update. This Cincinnati flight, Flight 5883, is the second flight of the day, arriving in at 2:36 p.m. local time. Parked at Gate 2 is this Northwest Airlink Saab 340. The placement of this aircraft is more of an educated guess. Northwest, however, occupied Gates 2 and 4 in Sioux Falls. Mesaba Airlines was a common sight in the area, operating for many years on these Saabs. By this point, some NWA final livery Saabs were flying, but a lot remained with this bowling shoe paint scheme, even up to the Delta merger by 2008, and by 2009 when all Northwest services were flipped to Delta. Saabs only operated once a day on this morning flight for Minneapolis, Flight 3091, arriving at 8:28 a.m. local time. Moving over to Gate 3 is this brand new model, an America West CRJ 200. As mentioned previously, this Phoenix Sky Harbor service only lasted for about 1 year, being discontinued as a US Airways merger was taking place. My guess as to why US Airways didn't pick up on the service is that they did not see much potential. This service arrived in as Flight 6087, touching down at 2:04 p.m. local time. Occupying Gate 4 is this Northwest Airlink CRJ 200. Pinnacle Airlines operated this flight with the CRJs arriving 3 times daily. This aircraft landed at 2:30 p.m. local time as Flight 2832. Seen at Gate 7 is this United Express BAE 146. Seeing this service somewhat surprised me in my research, but the bottom line for this is that this aircraft gets another use in this update. The 146s were seen once daily, with this flight overnighting in Sioux Falls, arriving at 11:41 p.m. local time. Taxiing out of Gate 1 is this Allegiant MD-83. Although the livery is slightly inaccurate for the era, I still feel as if this aircraft is applicable enough. This aircraft is heading out to Las Vegas as Flight 474, who would depart at 12:10 p.m. local time, only operating on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Side note, Allegiant had MD-87s on their Orlando service. Finally, taxiing for departure is a conga line of Northwest Mainline, With 3 flights departing to MSP in the mornings, I figured I couldn't pass up an opportunity to feature them all. First in line is this Northwest DC 950. Realistically, this flight would have been on a Series 30, but it is possible an upgrade to a Dash 50 could be applicable if demand was high. Either way, this is the first flight of the day, departing as Flight 1523 at 5:05 a.m. local time. Second is this Northwest A319. This type was used on the very unique Las Vegas service on Mondays and Fridays. This flight, however, will be a usual MSP service, departing at 6:45 a.m. local time. Finally is this Northwest A320. The Airbuses were a common sight in Sioux Falls, and still remain the same today with Delta. This flight will depart at 8:15 a.m. local time as Flight 1153. I hope you enjoyed this update. I typed the script up months ago in preparation for the new assets. Retro FSD will be getting another update as we head into January of 2023. Keep an eye out for it by the end of the month. I've been excited about the future of Retro FSD, and as we continue to cover most of the 2000s, we'll start hitting back in time into the 90s. I will discuss more about this in the next Retro FSD update, which will take place a little bit later in the 2000s. With that being said, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.